Welcome back, legends. Today we've got some more mods for the Bigfoot. So if you watched the last video, I talked about doing a reed upgrade, which we have here, and a pipe upgrade. So they're ready to be installed. Now the 80AS2 pipe didn't really get the RPM that I was looking for. I want to be tickling on 17K, you know what I mean? So the reed, that should really help across the board, from top to bottom. We should see some more power. And the pipe, it's going to shift the power band to the upper RPM range. So I'm kind of hoping we don't lose too much down low, but we gain a significant amount up top and we can get some decent RPM. So let's go make some power. Okay, so I've just taken this cage out, and to my surprise, we are missing some of the reed cage. And of course, without that support there, those petals are taking a hammering. There's not enough meat through that portion of the cage. Yeah, now I need to have a look on the engine and make sure we haven't got any other damage. So I had a look through the engine, looking through the crankcase, the piston's intact. There's no like aluminium oil residue anywhere. Looking through the exhaust port on top of the piston, there's no damage, there's no scoring on the cylinder walls. So I think we got super lucky. The new reed cage has a lot more material through that bridge section, so I'm not expecting to have the same issue. I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. If I wasn't riding tomorrow, I'd probably pull it down and check the crankcase bearings, but gonna send it, lads. Not a good start. Went out for a ride this morning with the lads and had to cut it short because I think I've chewed up a reed pedal. So gonna get into it and have a look and see. It was a long walk back.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got.
Alright, there it is, guys. We've got one broken reed pedal, as I suspected. And the other side perfectly intact, which is kind of interesting because, and this is a good opportunity to actually compare these two together. Get that to focus. You can see the way that the original one's broken here. It's actually very similar to the new one. And on this side, both reed pedals more or less intact. So not sure what that means exactly. Potentially they're opening a little bit different, or the opening in the crankcase isn't symmetrical, which is why we're having this issue. But either way, I'm gonna try some 0.3 reed pedals instead of these Pellini 0.25s, and hopefully that fixes the problem. So I'm back in the garage tonight. It's been a couple of days. I've swapped the reed pedals out on these, so we've got some 0.3 Pellinis on there now. I'm really hoping that's going to fix the issue. I don't want to be chewing up any more reeds. It's a pain in the ass to push this thing back from wherever you are, so I'm really hoping that's going to fix it. If not, I have my insurance policy here, which is a new reed that I've machined. It's shorter with a steeper angle, and I've also had to have a bigger spacer, and that just spaces it out so I can actually fit these reed stops in. Now the reed stops are gonna create like a nice landing every time those reed pedals open and close. So I think that's really gonna take care of that issue if the 0.3 pedals don't work. Only thing is, it's shortened it up quite a lot. So the reed pedals are quite a lot shorter, and I'm not sure how it's going to affect performance. I guess we'll have to test it and see, but this should work really well as far as keeping the pedals alive go. You don't need to. Alright guys, we're out here testing today. We got the Bigfoot with a 340 case reed, and I also dragged the Super Sport out with a new 31.5 engine. So I'm pretty keen to get some miles on this thing and see how it performs. A little bit windy out today, but I think we'll be alright. It's gonna make some noise. So first impressions of the 31.5, lots of bottom end grunt compared to most other small bores. It really pulls like quite a big spindle. It's got an 850 spindle on there, and it pulls that real nice. So I'm super happy with that. It means you can cruise at a bit more of a nicer speed as well. So we managed, let's have a look here, 18,650 RPM on the first rip. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I think we can make some more improvements, probably take a little bit out of the high jet, that'll pick up some RPM. And it was also super windy today. I could feel it like blowing left and right. So yeah, there could be something in it on a nicer day. So pretty happy. Nothing's come loose. Everything's hung together. I'll do some little checks when I get home tonight, see how it all looks. But pretty impressed for the first rip. Seems like for now the 0.3 reed pedals have held together, so I'm pretty happy about that. Overall, this pipe performs like you wouldn't believe up top, but it is lacking some low end. So I've got some other plans for this, but this motor has so much torque down low, even with the big spindle, it pulls along real nice. So I'm pretty impressed with that. We did manage some really decent RPM numbers too. 18,430 RPM with a 950 spindle. So overall, I'm pretty happy that it's finally somewhat reliable. Obviously, I'll do some more riding on it, and hopefully those reeds pedal holds together. But overall, that's a solid setup right there. Super happy with it.